Hello friends, it is Pastor Jake. I am here with your Taco Tuesday for November something 2020. I don't know what day it is. It's lucky that I know that it's November. At any rate, we are here today at Tacos Sabrositos, which is easy to miss. It is here in Louisville. It is a regular favorite of mine, although, let's be honest, if I'm going to choose tacos, I'm going to Taqueria La Esperanza. But this one is also good. It is sort of tucked in between, in a little strip mall, sort of in front of Home Depot here in Louisville, sort of like across from Lowe's. You know what I'm talking about, right before the highway. At any rate, we got some pastor. We got like a jalapeno crema salsa, which I'm interested in. And yeah, that's what's going on right here. We do corn because, again, corn is the way to go. It is the way. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's hot. I'll be back. I'm back. I actually had to take a little bit longer to come back than 4 minutes this time because I knew that I liked it. I feel like I'm doing you a public service right now, reviewing these tacos. That way you know what's good and what's not. So, I knew I liked the taco. I don't know that I've ever had a pastor here. But that green salsa was not doing it for me. So I had to eat 2 tacos. I know, this is rough. So, that green salsa, way too bright. Way too bright. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, except for very bright. And it was off-putting. But that salsa, that red one, is the jam. And it's actually pretty spicy. So spicy that I had to take a minute because it gave me the hiccups. And it had my nose running. That's why I'm still holding my paper towel here. So yeah, great. The meat is exactly what I like. Like a little bit chewy, a little bit burnt. Like it's exactly how it's supposed to be. The orange salsa, I think it's habanero, but it's very good. Anyway, winning combo, 10 out of 10, would come again. Now let's talk about something else, which is this. Anybody else over? I'm over COVID this week. I'm over it. I know that so many of you are, and I know that for some of you, this has been like the most disconnected you've been to church ever. Because it's hard to be connected when we're doing things online. And if that is something that we have depended upon, trying to find a new rhythm of personal study is tough. And I was reminded the other day of Matthew 24. And this is in a rather long, rather bleak series of sayings by Jesus, and he's talking about a master who's gone away and a servant that gives everybody else food at the proper time and takes care of the property, and what a joy it will be when the master returns and he'll put that servant in charge of all of his property. Won't that be great? He says, but what if there's an evil servant, a wicked servant, who, while the master is away, beats his fellow slaves and doesn't take care of the property? When the master returns and sees that he's done all these things, the master is not going to be happy. And I've always thought to myself, like, what a strange are people naturally inclined just to be nasty like that? You know, who is Jesus talking to? And then I start reflecting on it through the lens of COVID, and I recognize that it is hard to remain kind. It is hard to be dutiful in all of the things that we need to be dutiful in and to take care of our spiritual health. And it is really easy when we're all out of sorts to, metaphorically at least, beat one another up, right? I think that the rhetoric around the presidential election would have been bad either way. I don't think it was helped by the fact that everybody on the country is on edge because we all feel like we've lost something. And we have lost something. to COVID-19. So this is my plea to you. Lean into being a good servant of God, right? And care well for yourself and care well for the people around you, and do not give in to your basest impulses to be nasty, because we're all feeling it, right? It's easier now than it has ever been. But in this liminal space where we are waiting for resolution here, and we are waiting for normalcy, and it feels, there's some news coming out that maybe in the spring we're going to be able to go back to normal, and all that is good, but we're still in this interim time, right? A solution is not going to happen overnight, and we're still in this together. So let us remember that we are indeed in this together, that we need one another, and let us lean into the new rhythms. So if you are feeling out of control, care well for each other. Pick up the phone, call, read your Bible, do the things that you normally wouldn't do. If you are comfortable, invite people to go outside and have a picnic in the park, right? Gather in small groups. Do the things that you need to do to be the good servant who cares well for everybody else who's in this mess as we await resolution together. Man, it's easy to become a wicked servant, isn't it? It's really, 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 really easy. Especially when we are in these unsettling times. The next thing I would like to say, just as a reminder, is this. We've got stewardship coming up, and you'll be receiving letters in the next couple of days along with pledge cards. If you don't get one of those, let Lynn know in the office. Here's her email address. And remember that on Sunday after worship, 12:30, two things are going to happen. One, at 12:30, we're going to have a stewardship meeting on Zoom. We would love to just bring you up to date, like where is the church at right now, and what does 2021 look like for us? And what 2021 looks like for us is largely dependent upon all of you, of course, in terms of programming and what we can afford to do. And after that, from 1, that'll only take about a half an hour. So after that, from 1 to 4, the deacons will be, or a representative from the deacons will be at the church to give you a bag full of stuff. So there will be an Advent devotional in there. There'll also be some other goodies. We'll probably put a pledge card in there in case you didn't get it otherwise. And also you can bring to the church at that point all of the things that you want to give to the stew pot. We're doing bags full of stuff for kids, little games. You can find a listing of those on the web or on Facebook, and a list will go in the Midweek Minute if you haven't already seen it. I think it was in the newsletter, but you had to look for it and you had to read the newsletter. So read the newsletter. There is still stuff going on. This is not a stagnant or dead church, even though we're not in the building all the time. There's still good stuff going on. There are still ways for God. God is still near to you, so nearer to you, nearer than you know, indeed, to you. So listen for the voice of God. Lean into being a good servant who cares for themselves and for others, even when it is difficult, trusting that the Master will indeed return, right? That this is going to be over, that God is still near to us. And be well this week, my friends. Eat a taco. It'll make you feel better. Grace and peace to you. We'll see you soon.